Hi there. I want to take just a moment and show you around the Floor11 data system. Floor11 is a tool that's used by Floor Coverings International to store information. It's where the grand opening checklist is. It's where there's a ton of material that's in the franchise owner's manual in the library. So let's take a quick tour. You'll sign in. You should have your credentials from the IT department. If you do not, then please reach out to IT at support@fciit.com. When you first log into Floor11, your screen and my screen are probably going to look a little bit different for two reasons. One, I have a corporate account, and so there's some different permissions. The other thing is that under settings, you can go in and change how the widgets look on your screen. And so you might decide to put different things on your home page. If you come over to the left-hand side, you'll notice in this, when you float over here, there's a little menu that pops out. And there's a couple of different places that I want to show you today. First, I want to go into the new franchise owner checklist. So if you're just starting this process, if you are helping a franchise owner, or if you are the franchise owner that's going through your initial startup checklist, then this is a place that you're going to spend a lot of time. If I come down here to franchise opener, and then click on store summary. And yes, I know there's a box down here that says tasks. That's not the correct one. You want to go to store summary. I'm going to have the ability to see all of the franchise owners that are in the network. You're going to see just your own. And I'm going to click on one of these. It doesn't really matter who, but I'm going to click on one of these and let you get a chance to see what this looks like. So when you open this up, if you come over here to franchise opener checklist and go to task checklist, this is where your startup checklist is going to be. And this startup checklist is going to have all the things that are needed. Things will change from time to time, but this is going to give you a list of all the things that are needed to be done as you open the business. So if you're coming in and the business is already open, you can sort of skip this part. If this is relevant to you, then you'll notice that, for example, a number of these things, when you click on it, there will be a page that opens up with additional information. In some cases, there's even a URL link or another document that'll give you even more information. So that's the franchise owner's checklist. And if you're just starting this process, you'll be spending a lot of time in the checklist. One thing that I'd ask you to do is, as you complete items, you can come over here to the three little dots. I've got a long menu here. You're going to have add comments, in progress, or complete. And I would simply ask that as you complete items that you mark them as complete. And that way everybody knows that that's done and nobody has to pester you about that one. Or honestly, this checklist is more for you. And as you mark things complete, then you can simply look at the list and see the ones that you've gotten done versus the one that still needs to be done. The other place that I want to show you is if I come back up here to dashboard. From the dashboard, I'm going to come down to library. And inside the library, again, your menu is going to look a little bit different, but I want you to look for the franchise owner's manual. When you click on the franchise owner's manual, there's a number of different folders here, and there may be files down here below. But you'll notice that there's a bunch of information out here. Now, this is not intended to be training material. This is intended to truly be a library of documents. So some of this is going to be very helpful. For example, let's click on merchandising resources just for fun. If I click on merchandising resources, you'll see that there is another folder called vendor partner support. And under the vendor partner support, you've got every vendor that we have a national account with. So for example, I could click on Shaw, and under Shaw, you're going to see a ton of documents that are listed here. Some of these documents are extremely helpful. As you go through your training, as you go through understanding what's out there, some of this is going to be very, very, very helpful for you. Another place that's under this merchandising tab that I find is very helpful. Let's go back to merchandising. Is the mobile showroom folder. So if I click on the mobile showroom folder, one of the things that you'll notice here is the mobile and studio crossover inventory list. So if I just take a quick peek at this document is going to give me We can expand this and make it a little bit bigger so we can see it on the screen. You'll notice that here we've got on the left-hand side, you've got the Floor Coverings International name. So for example, there's a carpet in the van called Alcott. It's in 3 different levels, Alcott 1, 2, and 3. And then if you look over here to the right, you'll see that it is a Shaw product. And if I were to look on the Shaw website, it is probably labeled as True Solutions 1, 2, and 3. So the boards that we have that are private labeled, you can see what that crossover information is. And a lot of these will actually have a link to a data sheet with even more information. So not to dive into too many details at this juncture, I just wanted to show you how you can get into Floor 1.1. And once you're in Floor 1.1, let's get out of this document. Once you're in Floor 1.1, how you can sort of navigate, and probably the 2 most important things in the beginning anyway, are going to be knowing how to get into the franchise owner's manual, and of course, knowing how to get to the initial checklist. So any questions or comments that you have for Floor 1.1? There is a search box at the top, and sometimes you can come up here and you can search for things. That's fine. Sometimes you can get lucky with the search. I find that honestly, within Floor 1.1, you do end up having to sort of dig around the folders a little bit, but there's a ton of information that's out there. And especially under that merchandising tab, you'll probably spend a good bit of time. Thank you for your attention, and look forward to working with you in a subsequent video.